The word gratitude comes from Latin word gratus, which exactly how the word implies means thankful or grateful. But saying thank you from time to time versus living in a thankful state is a completely different experience. Today, I want to talk about how gratitude can change your life and 3 ways how to start practicing it. First, let's talk about the science behind gratitude. And don't worry, me myself, I'm not really good with scientific-y terms or medical terms. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple, but I think it's important to mention the scientific parts just so you know how this is not just some woo-woo stuff. This is actually based on solid research. When the brain feels gratitude, the parts of the brain that are activated include the ventral and dorsal medial prefrontal cortex. That was hard. These areas are involved in feelings of reward, interpersonal bonding, and positive social interactions. There's a neuroscientist, Alex Korb, who I came upon when I was researching for this video. He has studied human brain for over 15 years, and in his research, he found that gratitude has the capacity to increase important neurochemicals, such as, let me read them, dopamine, serotonin, and the hormone oxytocin, which are all associated with well-being and just a positive outlook on life. So in simple human words, gratitude or expressing gratitude will make you feel happier. Now let's talk about how gratitude actually affects your mental and physical health. In 2012, there was a study that found that higher levels of gratitude was associated with better sleep and lower depression and anxiety. And what is interesting, gratitude had direct effect on depression, meaning the more grateful you were, the less depressed you felt, but indirect effect on anxiety, meaning increased gratitude led to better sleep, which then led to less anxiety. See where I'm going with this? What I understand from that, gratitude basically helps you live a happy life by helping you directly and indirectly. Do you see that little thingy there? That's a kitty cat. That's a small little kitty cat. What's also really cool, grateful people experience fewer pains and aches and report feeling happier than other people. I don't know if that's actually true. I mean, you could find anything on the internet saying these people report being happier, but it makes sense to me, and we will talk about why. According to a 2012 study published in Personality and Individual Differences, not surprisingly, grateful people are more likely to take care of their health. They exercise more regularly and are more likely to do regular checkups, which again is more likely to contribute to longer longevity. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's not that gratitude itself is like this big magic that once you're grateful, your life will change. It's kind of these logical chains of events that will happen once you take care of yourself and your mind. Does that make sense? The sun is so beautiful. I wish you could see how pretty is the sun. Like, the camera doesn't even do justice on how it looks in real life. But the third point I want to talk about is not so much science or research of how gratitude works, but more kind of my personal beliefs of why it is so important. I really believe that what you focus on is your reality. I think there's something really magical about people who are immensely grateful and they live in that state. I've found that the more I bring gratitude in my life, in sense of, oh, I'm so lucky to have this, and I'm so grateful for my body, my health, that I have warmth, that I have food, that I have shelter, as in a home, the more I feel like life brings to me. And, these are the kind of aspects that it's hard to back up by science, right? There isn't really science behind it. It's kind of your belief and your view of life. But that's just something I've found to be really, really true. you ever felt like on those days where you feel like everything is going wrong and you don't like different people, you don't like how you look, you just don't feel right, the more and more bad things keep happening, right? Because on those days, I know that I keep focusing on all the negative and what is bad, and all of those things keep coming to me. Versus when I focus on what I have and what is great, I train my mind to look for all the good things, and I feel like life and universe brings more to me back. As I said, this third point isn't really science and research, it's more my personal beliefs. So now we've gotten to the final part of the video, which is 3 ways how you can start practicing gratitude today. So this first one is very simple, but very powerful. It's not easy per se, but it is simple, and that is the language and words you use on a daily basis. Pay attention to the thoughts that come in and out of your mind. Are you constantly looking for what is bad or what can be improved, and you're focusing on things that you don't have? Or are you trying to look for things that are great and good and wonderful and that you do have? I can honestly say for myself that with my perfectionism, I do very often look for things that could be improved. I focus on things that I don't have, and this is the best time to train yourself to look for the good. So what I do in those moments quite often is for every one thing that I complain about, I try to think about 2 things that I'm grateful for. This is an amazing exercise because it truly does train your mind to always look for the good. And when you're always looking for the good, you always feel so wonderful. The point of meditation is to learn how to quiet your mind and be truly present. You might think, well, okay, how will that help me with gratitude? Well, when you get rid of that outside noise and unnecessary information, it leaves more space for objectivity and awareness. And when you have awareness, you start to actually see what is around you. You start to appreciate what is around you. And with appreciation comes gratitude. You can also try gratitude-focused meditation, where instead of sitting in quiet and trying to get rid of any thoughts, you focus on all the things that you are grateful for. This is a great way to restart your mind and your brain if you've been on kind of a negative track, or just a great way in general to train your mind to always look for the good. So the third and final way how you can cultivate more gratitude in your life is to incorporate a gratitude journal. Exactly how the name implies, a gratitude journal is a journal or a notebook where you write down the things that you are grateful for. There are so many ways how to do it, and if you search the web, I think there's so many different kinds of gratitude journals, but if you don't want to spend a lot of money, the most simple and basic way to do it is buy yourself a regular notebook like this one, and come up with a system how you write down the things that you're grateful for. Let me share how I do this. So this is something I do in the mornings, but you can do it whenever it's possible. For me, I really like to start my day on a positive note, and I feel like writing this journal helps me do that. So in my gratitude writings, I have 3 parts. The first one is I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. The second one, I write down 3 things that would make that day great. And the third one, I write down 3 things that I love about myself or about my life. This only takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but it really sets my mind on the right track. Now, if you're not a big writer, but you still want to spend some time thinking about the things that you're grateful for, another great thing to do is to go on gratitude walks. So the same concept, you think about the things that you're grateful for, you think about what you love and what makes your day great, you just do it while walking and inside your head. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video made you realize how much you actually have. If you feel like it, leave a comment down below stating 3 things that you are grateful for. Thanks again for watching. Thank you for devoting your time, and bye. I don't know if you can see, but there are so many mosquitoes here. And I'm so allergic, but you gotta do what you gotta do for a really nice nature shot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You can actually smell my blood. This will not work. Jesus Christ. And don't worry. Come at me, bro.